welcome back. So this month I am part of the design team Hop, and this time we have a sketch. So I decided to pull out an older, close to my heart collection called Party Girl that I got a long time ago to do some more sort of feminine birthday projects, and I am going to be using this to document Belle's birthday. So Party Girl came with some papers I'm going to show you in a second. It also came with this cutout. Now the cutout is black glitter. And so I thought I would use the glitter, silver glitter flair from Dottie About Flair to kind of accent it. I only have one silver glitter flare left, so I decided sometimes it's about the quality, not the quantity. So that's what I'm going to be using on this layout. This cut apart sheet is very intricate, so it did take me a while to get some of these pieces out. And also because they're not stickers, they're just cut aparts, I had to glue them all down. So I am not going to make you watch all of that. Also, sometimes the pieces would come out and I had to put them back in that bag. I ended up losing the P at one point and having to find it again. But I'm not going to make you watch all of that because it really did take me forever. The majority of this layout was gluing pieces down. The other thing I did was there was a stamp set that I showed you in the very beginning. And on the stamp set, it had some little I don't know, pom poms or things that you hang down during parties. And I really thought I wanted to use those on the top of the layout, but I didn't want to just stamp them on white. So I took mica mist in the pink and the teal color that are in these papers, and I sprayed the mica mist, let it dry, and then I stamped with archival ink on top of it to make, and you see them over there on the right hand side of my screen, to make the little pom-poms. Now I'm using those instead of the cutout section that was normally the triangle on top of the layout. I just thought that looked a little bit better. So these are pictures of my daughter as she turned 23. The older you get, the less of a party. So this time we just kind of had some cupcakes. I had the 23 on the cupcakes, and she was able to blow them out. So I'm cutting these down. Now in the sketch, the two pictures are the same size. For me, I've got two different size photos, but I think that works. I'm also going to use navy to back these. Now the cardstock cutouts are black. She's wearing a black hoodie, but I just thought the navy was a little less harsh around the edge. So on the sketch, once again, there's like a line. It could have been a doodle. I took it as a frame, and I'm going to go ahead and make a frame. So I'm basically cutting out the middle of the paper, and I'm going to use the middle of that to back the photos. So just use one piece of card to back both. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar, Close to My Heart cardstock does have two different colors. So it's usually a darker and a lighter version of the same color. So I did turn it to make sure I had the darkest navy is the one I'm showing. So if you're using, particularly if you're using like this, where you're gutting the middle of the paper like I did, you want to make sure that you pick the right side. They look very similar, but make sure you pick the right side to do the matting if you're using the same paper, because it does have two slightly different colors on it, the Close to My Heart cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and mat those. Didn't make you watch that. And now I'm going to pick out the other papers I want. So I really wanted to go with the teal and the pink, and that they had this like gold foil on them. So really I'm kind of accentuating the sparkle and the shine in this particular layout. So you're seeing the base of the layout. Now, the next thing I decide I want to do is I want to do the happy birthday on the very bottom. Now, I know the title kind of went in that little section to the left, but I don't really have room for the whole thing. I want to go ahead and use this full banner. And this is where I realize I am in trouble, because in order for this to really look like an A and two P's, I'm going to have to take the little pieces out of the middle. So I go ahead and get my tweezers out. This is really high quality cutout sheet. So if you've ever used Close to My Heart, you know what I'm talking about. But it also means it's a little bit harder to get out. So I'm going to put that A in there. And of course, until I actually glue it down, it's just going to kind of be floating there. But I stuck it there so I could see. And now I'm realizing I'm going to have to move this up so that I have room for the B. And I'm going to do 90% of this layout right now without actually gluing anything down, just so I can get the placement. And then I'm going to go off camera and glue everything down because every one of these has to be individually glued down. There's no stickers on these. I have to stick the little P parts in, the little A part. So for me, this was a very quick layout except for the gluing. And I did it while I was watching somebody else's live, so I kind of was talking, so it wasn't too bad. I do enjoy the base of the layout, and in fact, I think I could have left it here without the pink piece and been happy with it as well. The pink adds a little bit more color, and it's going to bring in the fluffy or the balls. I don't know what they're called. I'm sure there's like the decoration pieces. I'm sure there's a name for them. You see once again my handy dandy use my fingernail and figure out where it goes technique. But the pink does kind of add a little bit of pop of color. It brings the focus back to the pictures because the black is very bold. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to add some black to kind of go through the pictures. I'll show you that in a second. That keeps your eye moving. So I fluff around with these for a little bit to figure out where I want them. And I realize I want to lay them down, but the little lines on them are not long enough. And I remember that in the stamp set, they had a line that you could go in and stamp. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to stamp the line, and you'll see how it turns out. It's not perfect, but I think it was better than the alternative of leaving those there because I do also want to pop those up. So I've got them kind of alternating pink and green. I've got 5 of them, and it brings in the colors of the rest of the layout up to the top. So there was me saying one more second. So here is everything laid down, everything taped down. So you'll see happy birthday is taped down. The pictures are taped down. Everything is taped down except those. And what I'm going to show you now is how I pull out the stamp set. And there's the full stamp set. And all I'm using is the one little thing that makes the lines. Now I didn't want to put my head in the camera, which was a mistake. So I should have gotten up and really on top of it. And instead I just tried to do it from an angle. And so the ones that only needed one stamp were fine, but like this one, I didn't get up high enough, so it's a little bit off. And I tried to make it better by double stamping. It doesn't look so bad. The longer ones just don't look as straight as they could have, and that one was definitely off. But I still think it looks fine, and it's better than the alternative, which was to have the lines all have the lines only be what was stamped with those decorations. You can see them there. I really like this stamp set. It's a cute one. Go and if you're into Close to My Heart or you're into stamps, think about when you can just use parts of the stamp. A lot of the stamps I have, I end up using just like the accent pieces instead of the other ones. And so here's me trying to figure out where things go because once again, I moved them around. But there we go. Perfect. And now I'm just going to stick them up on foam dots. These foam dots were a gift from Heather's Crafty Life. I won them in one of her giveaways. They are super, super thick. So I like that about them. I like that they're heavy, but also they really, really pop up. And apparently there's me typing. I thought I took all that out, but I was typing a little bit. So there is the base of the page. Now, if you are a minimalist scrapbooker, you could stop here. I've added my flair, my really pretty silver flair that I think adds a dimension. It's also in that layout. And now what I want to do is add these little extra black pieces. So if you remember, I told you we were going to put the black pieces in here just to kind of go around the page to add. So I think you can tell it kind of keeps your eye and moves your eye through the pictures, which should be the focus. I also had a really old container of Felicity Jane asterisks, and all I had left was black. And I've been really struggling to use them. They came in a bunch of different colors, and I am not I don't use a lot of black. And this was a good opportunity for me to just get those used too. So I'm adding those. So on this page, I have the metal in the flair. I have the shimmer, the foil, I have gold, I have silver, and I have black glitter. So I have a lot of different colors and exciting things going on, and I really like how this page turned out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You're going to get to see a close-up of the flair in just a second, and then a close-up of the page. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.